before I start this, follow me on Instagram, ZZ Games. We are reading creepypastas. This is the second take. It was interrupted, so this should be less shitty than last take. My family has been living in the same house for almost 10 years, but not once did we ever encounter anything supernatural or creepy. Probably because we built the house ourselves, and we made sure no dead bodies were buried in the soil. So we didn't have to worry about previous families living in the dark history, having dark histories or such. Nobody has died in the house either, which is why when something disturbing finally happened to me on a certain afternoon, I couldn't come up with an explanation what happened. It was summer break, those times when you don't have school stuff to worry about, can lay around in the house all day, and most of the time the only people in the house were my younger brother, my grandma. Since my mom was working, my older brother had a summer job. After spending hours on the computer, I finally got bored, and I decided to take a quick bath since the afternoon felt so humid and hot. You see, our bathroom door is stained glass, designed or something. I'm not good at describing different types of glass. So you can see the silhouettes of people passing by the door, and other dislikes or like details like eyes or mouth are not clear. When my mom got installed, I hated it because I was a girl, and I didn't like the idea of people seeing me while I was inside there, even if I'm just a silhouette, because if you come close enough, the person on the other side will see you. And I had two brothers, and I didn't really understand why the hell my mom installed the thing. Anyway, my bath was going fine until I turned my head and realized a tall figure standing right outside the door. It certainly wasn't my grandma, since she was a short person, but I concluded that it was my younger brother, because the guy was freaking tall, even though that he's younger than me. "Hey, I'm showering, go away," I yelled, but he didn't even move an inch. He probably just trying to annoy me again, so I decided to throw a shampoo bottle against the door. "Go away." Thankfully he did, and I just finished my shower. While feeling a bit pissed, as soon as I got dressed, I went out to confront him. In this room, he was busy playing his PC. "What were you doing standing in front of the bathroom like a creep while I'm showering?" It was creeping. I wasn't creeping on you, he simply said without even looking at me. I just rolled my eyes and didn't press any further sense, because he tends to lie when he's caught doing some crap. And I didn't worry, and I won't easily make him admit to it anyway. So I decided just to shrug it off, because he didn't do it again for the rest of the day. Maybe he was just bored at the moment. The very next day, I was taking another noon shower, and when I looked at the door, there he was again, just standing there, probably watching my silhouette move as I showered. "Dan, go away," I screamed, feeling annoyed, but apparently creeped out about my brother's actions. I was starting to think he probably discovered some porn online, and I was starting to fantasize about stuff. Downright creepy. "Go away or I'll call Mom," I yelled. Finally, he started to slowly turn around and walk away. He then disappeared into the left hallway. I was about to let a relieved sigh, but then a different silhouette came running from the opposite hallway and stopped right in front of the door. My blood ran cold when I realized the person's shirt surely. My brother, and I could clearly see his brown skin and even the yellow tint of his SpongeBob shirt. The other silhouette, however, was equally tall, but sure black, but pure black, as I just shadow. What did you say? He called, like he didn't hear what I've been screaming about. It wasn't able to answer because I was still completely shocked about what just happened. It was just like my mind went blank. Hey, are you okay? My brother screamed, snapped me out of it, and I hurriedly got dressed. But I got out, and I greeted with his confused face. I probably looked so pale because I feel myself numb from the shock. I pulled my brother to the living room and started explaining everything to him. He didn't tease or laugh because even though we pissed off each other most of the time, when one is totally shaken up, we know something's surely wrong. He just explained that none of them barked even once. So I didn't even conclude that there was something So I wanted to conclude that there was something paranormal since it just like earlier. He never experienced such things in the house after living there for a very long time, and it just happened in broad daylight. Don't paranormal entities appear to haunt people at night? We decide to approach our grandma's since she is one of that expressionally odd things during her younger years experienced. All she told us was that spirits tend to visit homes once in a while, even if they don't know the people living there. She even joked that maybe that certain spirit just fancied me, since she's a full-blown skeptic, and I didn't and I would probably just nag me, saying I'm reading too much horror stuff. It was just already comforting enough for me. People sincerely believe my story. Seriously believe my story. Since that last encounter, I don't either enter the bathroom without praying to be kept safe from whatever that thing is. For all I know, it could be a demon. I sure as hell don't want a demon stalking me. I didn't happen again for a few days, and it gave me a break. It visited me again for one final goodbye. Being the very unfortunate me, it was late night, and most lights were already off. Although none of us were asleep yet, but the last to take a shower, but I made sure I had my phone inside the bathroom since the fear was still crawling around my system. I kept my eyes glued to the stained glass. I tried to shower as quickly as I can, and when I was halfway done washing away the shampoo, when I saw the same black figure slowly walk closer to the door, I actually fucking saw how it appeared from the dark hallway like it was been there the whole time. My heart racing, I slowly reached for my phone, letting the shower stay on so the thing hopefully wouldn't know that I already noticed it. I was apparent already letting out the shaky breaths. Went to my brother's concert number. As soon as I passed I pressed to call my brother's phone. It started ringing from somewhere in the house. I suddenly reached the door for the doorknob and started to try and open it. The knob was shaking violently. I thought it would break. When a loud footsteps occurred in the hallway, the figure quickly stepped back and immediately disappeared back into the darkness, as if it was never there. When I couldn't hear my brothers and my mom calling for me outside, I fumbled to wrap myself in a towel and open the door, and hugged over, I was nearest to me, cried, jumble words explained came out of my mouth. I was just hoped that they understood me. Thankfully, my mom didn't nag me and stayed out beside me the whole night to assure that I'd be okay. Immediately after that, my mom had the door removed and replaced with a normal solid one. Since then, I haven't been seeing the thing again, though I couldn't deny that I still have been considered the fear that one day it will pop in my face and finally get me. I will never know exactly it was, and what it wanted from me. For all I know, it's actually standing behind the solid door, staring at plain white surface, like it could still see me. That's it for this creepypasta, guys. Like the video for another creepypasta. I'll be posting more. This is my first creepypasta. I hope it's not shitty. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.